Hi, writers, it's writing workshop time. So, I just want to tell you that your teachers and I have been reading your nonfiction pieces, and we are very impressed. You've definitely been taking everything that you've been learning about elaboration strategies and including it in your writing. So, today I want to teach you that another thing that writers do to make sure that they are teaching more is by self assessing. And we do this by using the writing checklist. Just like when we were in school and we had a checklist in our writing folder to make sure that we were including everything that we should in our pieces, we're going to be doing the same thing. So today I'm going to teach you that we assess using the writing checklist. And we do this by reading the checklist, comparing it to our own writing, and revising if we need to. Sometimes you may not need to, and then other times you might think of some changes that you can make or some additions that you can make. So I took the checklist and I'm putting it right next to my own writing so that it's easy for me to go back and forth and compare my writing to the writing checklist. So the first part that I'm going to check in my own writing is the organization. So organization says my writing had different parts. Each part told different information about the topic. So the first thing I'm going to assess is my organization. Do I have different parts? Does each part teach something about my topic that's different information? So let me see. Well, I have one part that's the introduction about bulldogs. And then I have another part, it says taking care of your bulldog. And in that big section, I have some subtopics too. Exercise to take care of your bulldog, grooming to take care of your bulldog. So far, I think that my organization is pretty good. I have different parts. Now, let me just see if each part tells something different, some different information. Let me look at this section, exercise. Your bulldog needs to get exercise. For example, you should take your bulldog to the park. Let him run around for at least 30 minutes. The more exercise, the better. So this part is talking about how to get exercise for my bulldog. So let me check this section about grooming. I have to make sure that this section has different information than this part about exercise. Grooming. Another way to take care of your bulldog is to keep them groomed. You need to brush their coat to keep it looking nice. A coat is the bulldog's fur. You should also brush the bulldog's teeth every day to keep them strong and healthy. So let me go back and assess myself. Here's my checklist, and I'm going to compare it to my own writing. My writing had different parts. Yup, one part was my introduction. The next part was exercise to take care of my bulldog. And the next part was grooming to take care of my bulldog. So now, do I have different information about the topic? I sure do. This information is how to keep them healthy by exercising. And this information is about what to do to keep them clean and groomed. Another part that I wanted to check out for or to look out for was elaboration. This is a big deal when you're being a second getting into third grade writer. We have to make sure that we are teaching more. That's what elaboration is. I use different kinds of information in my writing, such as facts, definitions, details, steps, and tips. So I'm going to read the next part of my writing and see if I have some elaboration strategies or if I need to revise. Chapter 3, What Bulldogs Eat. Bulldogs should eat. Bulldogs eat many kinds of food, but you shouldn't feed them too much. They love special kinds of food like blue buffalo or Caesar. On the label it says, if you feed your bulldog the wrong food, he could get sick or tired. Also, you can give your bulldog treats. Treats are like snacks for dogs. Let me see. Did I include some facts? Let's see. Oh, here's a fact. You shouldn't feed them too much. Did I include definitions? Yup. Treats. Treats are like snacks for dogs. Tips. Excuse me. Tips. You shouldn't feed them too much. That's a tip. Oh, you should read the label. That's a tip. So my elaboration for this section was pretty good. Let me check here. Bulldogs should not eat. Never feed your bulldog chocolate. Chocolate isn't for dogs. It will make them sick if they eat it. Dogs should also stay away from grapes, the seeds of fruit. They love apples, but if you feed them an apple, make sure they don't eat any seeds. It can make them very sick. Well, that's a tip. Don't ever feed them seeds. Details. I definitely told them what to stay away from. Stay away from grapes and the seeds of fruit. So my elaboration in this part is pretty good also. So the next thing I want to check for is my craft. And craft we know is like if you're using expert words, words that teach more about the topic. I tried to include the words that showed I'm an expert on the topic. Well, I'm not too sure about that. I know in this section I was having a little trouble with expert words, so I want to go back and check my craft in this section. Bulldogs should not eat. Never feed your bulldog chocolate. Chocolate isn't for dogs. It will make them sick if they eat it. Well, I think there's a stronger word that I can use instead of saying it will make them sick, because actually it'll do something worse than make them sick. It's actually deadly and poisonous. So I think I need to include those two words, deadly, poisonous. Chocolate isn't for dogs. I think I should say chocolate is deadly for dogs. Chocolate is deadly for dogs. Maybe I should say it's poisonous and will make them very sick. Chocolate is poisonous and will make them very sick if they eat it. Do you see how I had to go back and revise? When I looked at my checklist for elaboration, oh, I'm sorry guys, when I looked at my checklist for craft, I didn't have really strong words to show what I'm teaching. So I had to go back and fix that. Never feed your bulldog chocolate. Chocolate is deadly for dogs. I even want to highlight that too. Chocolate is poisonous and will make them very sick if they eat it. Now I think my craft is much better. So writers, I'm going to give you a final reminder. As you do your writing today, make sure that you look at the writing checklist. Have out your checklist and have out your writing together side by side just like I did. Go through the parts of the checklist that you think you need to work on and make any revisions if you think you need to. So writers, now it's time for you to take out your writing. You can either do it in your journal or you can do it in the document that the teachers have attached to your pages. But make sure that you're using the checklist to help you assess your own writing. Bye for now. We can't wait to read your writing. Bye, guys.